And it's Flashback Friday, folks, and we are going way back. 48 years ago, okay? A show was created for kids in the New York area with fun, character, stories, activities, and music. You may remember this. Listen carefully.
It's nice to say hello.
Hola.
Hello.
Hola.
Hello.
Hola.
It's nice to say hello.
Hola.
Hello, and how are you? It's nice to shake your hand.
I was listening to this last night and just love it so much. Marisol, do you remember?
Of course I do. It's nice to say hello.
Hello.
Hello. And it was right here on Picks. And joining us this morning, none other than the two women that brought the Magic Garden to life right here on WPIX television, Carole and Paula, joining us from their homes.
Yes! Good morning!
Good
nice to say hello.
It's been nearly 50 years. Oh my gosh. When you two women, born and bred New Yorkers, came up with this harebrained idea, did you have any idea that it would become a symbol of culture and television and education?
Wow.
No. We hoped it might, but no.
I mean, it
We
caught
hoped it
on.
would run another week. That's what
That's what we hoped. Right.
And then it had quite the run. I mean, it had such a run, and we just teased a little bit that we were having you guys on today, and the social media went crazy about both of you. So Paula,
Really?
tell me about this, because you two knew each other early in life. And I remember the last time you and I spoke, we were actually live on Long Island for one of our zip trips. But tell me about the first meeting between the two of you and how you knew there was a connection.
Well, we met when we were 14 years old in the mixed course of Midwood High School in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
And we reconnected a little bit later than that at graduate school at NYU. And then we ended up teaching together in one giant kindergarten under the Brooklyn Bridge. And we had a lot of fun. Of course, then it was years later that we pitched the show to WPIX and the Magic Garden was born.
It is unbelievable to me. I remember going to school, Nativity, on 233rd Street in the Bronx, and I would force my grandmother to give me two ponytails like you girls, because I would watch and say, I want hair like Paula and Carole. So in homage, I haven't done that to my hair today, but Carole, I just know that before the Magic Garden, you had a stint as Sandy in the original Broadway production of Grease.
Oh,
which is
Sandy,
actually,
can't you
It was at the
see?
same
Dan,
time.
shut up.
No, that's very sweet. Oh, thank you, Dan. No, it was at the same time. We were shooting the Magic Garden on my one day off, which was Monday. I was the original Sandy, and we were doing 8 shows a week. And then after 5 shows on the weekend, I hauled what was left of me into the Magic Garden, which with Paula there, it was fun, and it was a miracle in a way that it became what it did. At first, there were only enough shows to run it once a week.
I mean,
over time.
Grease was iconic.
Wow.
You're iconic. And speaking of just iconic, right? You know you've made it when people actually dress as you for Halloween. We're approaching Halloween right now. So Paula, tell us about, throw the picture up, everybody. Tell us about these folks who right here who did a Magic Garden theme for Halloween. This was just awesome in the West Village.
Is that the cutest thing? I mean,
Right.
that's Heidi Scherson and
Jeffrey Abel,
and their best friend, who is
Rosie
Rosie.
Flanders
Right.
Rosie Flanders is Paula, and Heidi is me, and in the middle is Heidi's husband, Jeff, who's really rather well disguised.
Squirrel.
But look at the bottom of him is the magic tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were walking down
I
the
love it,
street
Sherlock.
in Woodstock, right? And all the people in Woodstock where they were going nuts on the street and crying. And they thought, well, maybe we could find them and they could come up and do a show in Woodstock.
Right.
Which we did.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
we did.
That has led to
You know,
the fact
speaking
that they are
of-
filmmakers and they're doing a documentary of us.
I was going to say a documentary because
Yes.
your reach spans so many different generations. You have a fan in one Mariah Carey.
Mariah.
Apparently, you two go back like rocking chairs. She mentioned you two in her book, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, and a fan brought it to your attention.
Yes.
Right.
And an email, and there it was.
And so my daughter rushed out and bought the book and showed us the line. And we were so excited that we assembled ourselves in my backyard and sang the hello song to Mariah Carey. And Monica put it up on Facebook. And we asked all our fans, please help us get this to her. Boy, did they ever. She probably got it more times than she ever wanted.
Yeah.
But anyway, she was wonderful and lovely.
Yes.
And sang us a fabulous response. Oh, I tell you, it
By the way,
has really been a remarkable moment.
She was now she's at number one. She was at number 1 on the New York Times bestseller list right now, so everybody
That's
knows who
right.
you are. Listen to this from Mariah.
Carole and Paula, I love you guys so much. You made my entire life. I even sang about you on this little alternative album that I made years ago, which we'll get into that later. But thank you. We love you. My little girl self is smiling, and I appreciate you guys so much.
I mean, that's just amazing to hear from Mariah Carey. The little girl
Yes,
self is
it
smiling.
is.
But for the next generation, right? For all the young girls right now, do you have an announcement about what you're working on? A possible, I don't know, animated series?
Well, we do have some exciting news.
Yes. We're working on developing a new version of the Magic Garden, an animated version. And we can't say very much about it right now.
But we would be very excited to bring our show to a new generation of children. Yeah.
Yes.
It would be fun to be animated because there'd be no wrinkles.
Right.
I love it. I love you. And just so you know, before Dan pitches himself as a voice in Magic Garden Rebooted, I would like dibs on that. So I'll even help you write it, if at all possible.
I could be the squirrel.
It is so wonderful to connect with the two of you. You know, you were not going to be Sherlock. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having
It
us.
was wonderful to be with you. Thank you.
So good to see you both. And we're going to leave everybody right now at home with a little taste of the See Ya song from the Magic Garden.
Hope you had a
See ya.
good time.